Hello, you're watching Hornbilltv's Prime Time, and now the headlines. The Lok Sabha on Wednesday passed 3 bills to replace the colonial-era criminal laws by voice vote. The 3 bills were introduced by Amit Shah last week. As many as 87 bodies of violence victims were laid to rest on Wednesday at a mass burial service, but there is no discussion about it in the media. Amid the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the families of Russian soldiers deployed at the forefront have demanded that Russian President Vladimir Putin to bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Moscow Times reported Tuesday. Now the news in detail. The Lok Sabha on Wednesday passed 3 bills to replace the colonial-era criminal laws by voice vote. The proceedings took place in the absence of 97 opposition MPs who were suspended over misconduct and unruly behavior since last week. The 3 bills were introduced by Amit Shah last week. The names of the redrafted bills are the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Sakshya Bill. These bills will replace the Indian Penal Code 1860, the Code of Criminal Procedure Act 1898 and the Indian Evidence Act of 1872 respectively. Shah said the bills were framed after consultations. He said he had even gone through every comma and full stop before they were tabled in the Lok Sabha. He said the 3 bills will establish a justice system based on Indian thinking. Shah said the existing laws reflect the colonial mindset of punishing for a crime but not doing justice. Home Minister Amit Shah in Lok Sabha said, for poor, the biggest challenge to get justice is the financial challenge. For years, Tariq pe Tariq kept going. Police hold the judicial system responsible, the government holds the police and judiciary responsible. The police and judiciary hold the government responsible for the delay. Now we have made many things clear in the new laws. While replying to a debate on criminal law bills in Lok Sabha, Home Minister Amit Shah said that those who harm the country will not be spared.
मान्यवर, इस देश में न्याय प्राप्त करने में सबसे बड़ी बाधा है तो गरीबों के लिए तो आर्थिक बाधा है, मगर हमारे संविधान ने इसकी योजना बनाई। गरीब से गरीब व्यक्ति को शासन के द्वारा वकील भी दिया जाता है, न्याय भी मिलता है, परंतु न्याय मिलता ही नहीं। कल ही मुझे माननीय रक्षा मंत्री में बिल पेश कर रहा था, बता रहे थे 2003 में कोई एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, इसका साक्षी का सेवन 2023 में कल ही माननीय रक्षा मंत्री जी के साथ आया है। सजा कब होगी वो तो अभी किसी को मालूम नहीं। माननीय सालों के सालों तक तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख, तारीख पे तारीख पढ़ते रहते हैं। पुलिस न्यायपालिका को दोषित करती है, सरकार पुलिस और न्यायपालिका दोनों को दोषी करते हैं, और पुलिस और न्यायपालिका बैठती है तो सरकार को दोषित करती है। सब एक दूसरे के पीछे कानून का सहारा लेकर हमने इस कानून में ढेर सारी चीजों को हमने स्पष्ट कर दिया। मैं इसको बहुत बारीकी से बताना चाहता हूं मान्यवर, क्योंकि ये समझना, आरोपी द्वारा आरोप मुक्त होने का जो निवेदन है वो भी 60 दिन के अंदर ही करना पड़ेगा। पहले क्या करते थे, एक केस में 25 आरोपी, तो एक के बाद एक 25 लोग लिंगरिंग रूप से एक्विटल का अपील करते ही जाते थे और 10 साल तक मुकदमा चलता नहीं था। अब जिसको भी करना है 60 दिन के अंदर करना है और 60 दिन में न्यायाधीश ने इस पर सुनवाई करनी है, तो ये ज्यादा से ज्यादा 120 दिन में केस ट्रायल पर आएगा। प्ली बार्गेनिंग के लिए भी समय नहीं था, अब तय कर दिया है। आरोप तय करने के 30 दिन के अंदर ही आप आपके गुनाह को स्वीकार कर लोगे तो सजा कम होगी। प्री बार्गेनिंग 30 दिन के अंदर समाप्त करना पड़ेगा। ट्रायल की प्रक्रिया में कागज रखने का भी कोई प्रोविजन नहीं था, अब हमने दस्तावेजों की प्रक्रिया कंपलसरी 30 ही दिन में पूरा करने का प्रोविजन कर दिया है, उसमें आप देरी नहीं कर सकते। मान्यवर, ट्रायल इन एब्सेंसिया का भी प्रोविजन किया है, कुछ लोग इस पर आपत्ति ले सकते हैं, मगर मैं आज कहना चाहता हूं इस देश में ढेर सारे मुकदमे, देश को हिला देने वाले मुकदमे, चाहे बम्बई बम ब्लास्ट हो या कोई, और वो लोग पाकिस्तान में या कहीं और देशों में शरण लेकर बैठे हैं, ट्रायल नहीं चलती है। मान्यवर, अब इनके यहां आने की जरूरत नहीं है। 90 दिन के अगर वो कोर्ट के सामने नहीं आते हैं तो उनकी अनुपस्थिति में ट्रायल होगी, एक सरकारी वकील उनकी पैरवी करेगा, फांसी भी होगी, जन्मटिप भी, और जिससे वहां से वापस लाने की प्रक्रिया बहुत जल्दी कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि वो सजा प्राप्त व्यक्ति किसी दूसरे देश में तो स्टेटस बहुत बदलता है।
As many as 87 bodies of violence victims were laid to rest on Wednesday at a mass burial ceremony at Martyrs Cemetery near Sekhen village in Churatanpur. Amid high security, hundreds of people gathered at the site where a solemn ceremony took place to pay tribute. Baby mentioned that the bodies were kept in different mortuaries in Imphal for the last 8 months. Altogether, 41 bodies were airlifted from Imphal and 46 bodies from the Churatanpur hospital morgue. Mass burial also took place in Kangpokpi last week. Meanwhile, Section 144 was still imposed in the district following clashes between members of two tribal communities on Sunday night. The prohibitory orders would remain in force till February 18, 2024.
Mabanzo at design ng pilot community idung tumoy kung takawin ito tayo pang tao di tunang di ko i-views kakin na hindi saving lang saving
kakamu ike hakke boke dawa tapa
We'll be right back after a short break, so stay tuned for more news.
खराब मौसम में घर वेदर प्रूफ बनाएं। स्टार वेदर शील्ड जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट वेदर प्रूफ घर।
Worried you may have a sexually transmitted infection? Visit the nearest Suraksha clinic at a government hospital. Free testing and treatment are available.
Welcome back. Two more members of the parliament have been suspended. Lok Sabha MPs C. Thomas and A.M. Arif have been suspended for the winter session of the parliament, allegedly for displaying placards and entering the well of the house. Members of parliament of INDIA bloc parties, including those suspended, are staging a protest in front of the Gandhi statue in the parliament premises on Wednesday morning over the suspension of 141 opposition MPs and the security breach incident.
Sir, with your permission, I move the following, that this House, having taken serious note of the grave misconduct of Sri C. Thomas and Sri M. Arif MPs in utter disregard to the House and the authority of the Chair through display of the placards and entering into the well of the House, and having been named by the Chair, resolve that the above mentioned members may be suspended from the service of the House for the remainder session under Rule 374(2).
प्रश्न है कि माननीय मंत्री जी द्वारा प्रस्तुत प्रस्ताव को स्वीकृत किया जाए। जो सदस्य इस पक्ष में वो हाँ कहे, जो सदस्य इसके विरोध में वो ना कहे। मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ, हाँ वालों के पक्ष में हुआ।
As discussions on the mimicry of the Vice President by TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee gains momentum, Congress leader and MP from Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi, said 150 MPs have been thrown out from the parliament, but there is no discussion about it in the media. He said there is no discussion about Adani, Rafale, unemployment, yet media is discussing a mimicry. Meanwhile, advocate and social activist Vinit Jindal had filed a complaint with Ethics Committee of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha seeking the expulsion of the suspended TMC MP. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and other MPs involved.
वहाँ पे एमपीज बैठे हुए थे, मैंने उनका वीडियो लिया, मेरा वीडियो मेरे फोन पे है, मीडिया दिखा रहा है, मीडिया कह रहा है, मोदी जी कह रहे हैं, किसी ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है।
अपनी कास्ट पे लिया है सर,
किसी ने कुछ नहीं
वहाँ पे किसानों का अपमान किया।
नहीं सुनिए, देखिए वहाँ पे हमारे 150 एमपीज को बाहर फेंक दिया है, ठीक है, उसके बारे में मीडिया में कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है। उनको आपने पार्लियामेंट से बाहर उठा के फेंक दिया, उसकी कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। अदानी जी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। राफेल पे फ्रांस ने कहा है कि भैया इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं अलाउ हो रहा, उस पर कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। बेरोजगारी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। हमारे एमपीज वहां पे दुखी हैं, बाहर बैठे हुए हैं, उन पे आप चर्चा कर रहे हो। मतलब थोड़ा तो न्यूज दिखा दिया करो ना, थोड़ा सा आपकी जिम्मेदारी बनती है। अब आप टोटली मतलब एक लाइन पे चले गए तो क्या करें।
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on Wednesday highlighted the need for a law university in the state and assured to take all necessary steps in this regard. Stating that the judiciary is one of the pillars of democracy, the Chief Minister also applauded and welcomed Justice Siddharth Mridul on his appointment as the Chief Justice of Manipur High Court. He continued that despite the state's financial constraint, the state government has been putting all efforts to fill any requirement of the law sector. Further applauded the appointment of the first ever tribal woman High Court judge of Manipur, Justice Golmai Gaiphul Shilu Kabui, and said her appointment is a pride for the entire state. On War on Drugs campaign, the Chief Minister said Manipur has around 1.5 lakh drug users, and with a more serious support from all, the drug menace can be totally eradicated from Manipur. He stated that the War on Drugs campaign is stopping the drug menace from entering mainland cities and in the process protecting millions of youths of the country.
We have filled up many vacant posts in the judiciary area. We never denied. We are having shortage of fund. We know even then in the judiciary side we are making up fill up, and we will make it more fill up.
Okay? Cluster housing complex. Some inmates say that the rooms are too small and they don't want to shift to the complex.
So actually, this is a temporary. It is not permanent. So I will meet with them and I will convince them. This is a temporary fix.
A 7-member delegation of Niti Aayog, led by Dr. V.K. Saraswat, landed in Tripura on Tuesday to review the development parameters of the northeastern state. In rounds of meetings with top officials and Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha, the experts tried to ascertain the overall picture and appreciate state's achievements in different fields. A press statement issued by the state government stated that the Niti Aayog members commended the state for its rapid improvement in certain parameters which act as key indicators for measuring growth and progress. On the other hand, Chief Minister said that the government needs guidance and support from the think tank to take Tripura's development to the next level. Earlier, Chief Secretary J.K. Sinha and other senior officials of the state government met the Niti Aayog delegation in a separate meeting held at Civil Secretariat. Speaking at the meeting, Dr. V.K. Saraswat assured that the Niti Aayog shall extend every possible help from its end to resolve hindrances in the path to development.
দেখুন এর আগেও নীতি আয়োগের ফুল টিম মানে আগেও ছিল, এই নিয়ে 3 বার এলো। ওদের সাথে মেইন যে বিষয় মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী জি সবসময় যেটা বলেন যে নর্থ ইস্ট যতক্ষণ ধরে ডেভেলপ না করবে দেশও ডেভেলপ হবে না, কোনো অবস্থায় হবে না। তো সেই কারণে এখানে আজকে ত্রিপুরাতে ওনারা এসেছেন। ত্রিপুরাকে কীভাবে সামনের দিকে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাওয়া যায় সেই বিষয়ে বিভিন্ন যে বিষয়গুলো সেইগুলো নিয়ে বিস্তর এখানে আলোচনা হয়েছে। কিভাবে এগ্রিকালচারে ডেভেলপমেন্ট করা যায়, কিভাবে হর্টিকালচারে ডেভেলপ করা যায়, হেলথ সেক্টরে কিভাবে ডেভেলপ করা যায়, মানে বিভিন্ন যেসব সেক্টরস আছে সেইগুলো, এবং বাইরের পিপিপি মডেলে যদি এখানে আসে, এবং এখান থেকে বাংলাদেশের সাথে আমাদের এক্সপোর্ট কীভাবে ইনক্রিজ করা যায়, আমাদের ইন্ডাস্ট্রি কীভাবে ডেভেলপ করা যায়, এই সমস্ত বিষয়ে আজকে আলোচনা হয়েছে। অ্যাসপিরেশনাল যে ব্লকগুলো, সেখানে আমাদের যে ডেভেলপ যেগুলো হয়ে গেছে, তাদের এই ডেভেলপমেন্টের বিষয়গুলো ওনাদের গোচরে এসছে এবং খুবই ওনারা খুশি। এবং অনেক ক্ষেত্রে ভারতবর্ষের যে ডেভেলপমেন্টের যে প্যারামিটার, ওনারা খুব খুশি ত্রিপুরাতে। কয়েকটা বিষয়ে ওনারা বলছেন, কিছু কিছু জায়গায় দেখা গেছে যে অন্যান্য যেসব প্যারামিটার অন্যান্য প্রদেশে আছে তার থেকে কয়েকটা জায়গায় কম। তো এটাকে কিভাবে ডেভেলপ করা যায়, কয়েকটাতে খুবই ভালো, কয়েকটাতে আবার একটু খানিকটা কম। তো যাতে একদম 100% হয় সেই বিষয়ে ওনাদের সাথে কথা হয়েছে। ওনারা বলছেন যে আবার আসবেন, এবং আপনারা এখানে জানেন যে আমাদের গুড গভর্নেন্সের একটা আলাদা ডিপার্টমেন্টও হয়েছে। এখানে পাশেই আমার যে পাশের বিল্ডিংয়ে আইপিএফটি আমাদের যে একটা নতুন ট্রান্সফরমেশনের যে একটা ডিপার্টমেন্ট খুলেছে, সেটা ওনারা যাচ্ছেন, সেখানে দেখছেন। তো একটা উইন্ডো, ওনারা বারবার বলছেন, মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীজি যেটা বলছেন যে ত্রিপুরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি সাউথ ইস্ট এশিয়ার প্রবেশদ্বার। তো আমরা বললাম বাংলাদেশের সাথে আমাদের যেমন এখান থেকে রাবার বা চা ইত্যাদি যখন যায়, তো অনেকগুলো ওনারা বলছেন যে রেস্ট্রিকশন, তো এবং ওনাদের যে মানে ইম্পোর্ট ডিউটি অনেক বেশি রাখছেন ইত্যাদি, তো সব বিস্তর আলোচনা।
We'll be right back after a short break, so stay tuned for more news.
जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट से नहीं बना तो पड़ेगा रोना। पानी घुसने से कंक्रीट कमजोर हो जाए, स्टार वेदर शील्ड सीमेंट खराब मौसम में घर वेदर प्रूफ बनाए। स्टार वेदर शील्ड जल प्रतिरोधक सीमेंट, वेदर प्रूफ घर।
Reliable enterprise.
Welcome back. As suspension of opposition MPs continues in Parliament, Congress leader Shashi Tharoor, taking to X, posted that he had also entered the well of the House for the first time, holding a placard calling for a discussion on the recent security breach, to show his solidarity with his party colleagues who, he said, have been unjustly suspended for demanding accountability from the government. Tharoor also stated that he expects suspension to follow. However, it is a badge of honor to be defenestrated by an unfair process. Earlier during the Lok Sabha MPs C. Thomas and A.M. Arif were also suspended for displaying placards and entering the well of the House. Over 2/3 of the opposition MPs have been suspended from the Parliament's winter session so far. On suspension of 141 opposition MPs, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor had said that it is a disgrace and a blot on our democracy.
This is a dubious record in the history of parliamentary democracy, to the best of my knowledge and whatever research I've been able to do. There is no example of any parliament in any parliamentary democratic system in the world that has ever suspended so many people at one time. It is a disgrace, it is a blot on our democracy, and honestly I am ashamed that those in power in this country would allow this to happen, instead of preserving the parliamentary democracy that gives us a good image and reputation around the world. Look, we don't need a circular. Everyone knows what you can and cannot do, what you should and should not do. The most important thing is the principal responsibility of the Council of Ministers in a parliamentary democracy is accountability to Parliament. When the parliamentary security breach occurred, it would have been their responsibility for the Home Minister to come and to actually address the Parliament The very things he was saying outside to the media in statements, press interviews, TV, he could have said to Parliament. That's his job. That's his duty. Having said it to Parliament, he could have then proceeded to initiate a discussion. Everyone, all the party leaders would have roughly expressed the same ideas briefly, and then we could have resumed the work of Parliament. We all wanted to continue participating fully. All the opposition parties wanted to participate in the debates this year. Instead, this government doesn't act as if they have any responsibility to make Parliament work. They have no responsibility to accommodate the opposition. They just want it's my way or the highway. And that's why they started suspending people instead for asking for a discussion. That is simply unreasonable, and we are paying the price. Our parliamentary democracy is paying the price today.
Amid the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the families of Russian soldiers deployed at the forefront have demanded that Russian President Vladimir Putin bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Moscow Times reported Tuesday. It reported that the members of Poddomoy, a group of mostly wives and mothers of mobilized soldiers, have called for the return of their loved ones from extended service on the front lines. The families also accused Putin of driving people to the brink and pressed for an end to Russia's special military operation on Monday. Russians have no hope left under Putin's leadership, the group said in a message addressed to the Russian leader. It urged him to sit at the negotiating table, let the people live in peace, or go to the front line himself and die there, it added. Some 300,000 reservists were called up to boost Moscow's troop numbers in Ukraine as part of Putin's partial mobilization drive that he announced in September 2020. The recent data by a central agency showed that as many as 21 cases of COVID-19 subvariant JN.1 have been reported across the country so far. Cases of the new coronavirus variant have been reported in Goa, Kerala and Maharashtra. The Union Health Ministry today said that 21 cases of the new variant JN.1 have been reported from across the nation. Niti Aayog member Health V.K. Paul informed that 19 cases of the new coronavirus variants have been reported from Goa, while one each from Maharashtra and Kerala.
Disease. It is not serious by itself. WHO has named it as a variant of interest. That means we watch it carefully, we keep on tracking this, keep on understanding its structure and so on. This variant has been present in 36 to 40 other countries, originally reported in Europe way back in August. So it's under watch, and we have to do our job in terms of tracking it and studying it much better. Important point again to repeat is that what we know as of now, that it causes mild cough and fever, upper respiratory infection. There have been 16 deaths over 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, 16, not yesterday but over last 2 weeks. And all these deaths, to our information, were in those individuals who had very serious other disease conditions, comorbidities like cancer and hypertension, heart disease and so on, where flu and other illnesses do cause more stress. And we are also there, of course, in winter times when these infections become evident. So no increase in serious disease. 92%, 91% of the cases, as per our report today, are in home settings. They are doing their normal work and taking medicine. Admissions are very few, ICU admissions are negligible. So that's the overall scene. We are tracking the virus carefully. The JN.1 confirmed in Kerala in one case and 21 other cases in Goa are being tracked. So this virus subvariant is there in our country, and this is the same virus, as I said, which is driving upsurge in other countries. But we don't have to.
A descendant of the 2.86 sublineages, the parent lineage that is classified as a VOI, the world body said on Tuesday. However, in recent weeks, JN.1 continues to be reported in multiple countries, and its prevalence has rapidly increased. Star Cement Limited is committed to invest in Bihar during the Bihar Business Connect 2023 that was held on 13th and 14th December in Patna. Representing Star Cement Limited, Chief Operating Officer Pradeep Purohit attended the summit. Meanwhile, the government of Bihar also assured to extend all support, including single window clearance and industrial policy supports. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, Finance Minister Vijay Kumar Chaudhary, Minister of Water Resources Sanjay Kumar Jha and Minister of Industry Samir Kumar Mahaseth were present at the summit. Speaking on the business summit, Purohit stated he is confident that this partnership will yield mutually beneficial outcomes. Vinit Kumar Tiwari, Chief Executive Officer, Star Cement Limited, said Bihar is among the top states for lucrative industrial investments, and hence for Star Cement's future growth, Bihar always finds strategic importance in their plans. The Naga Students Federation has announced that they will be upsizing its office to the Naga Solidarity Park in Kohima until an honorable and suitable arrangement is arrived at. A press release from the NSF on Wednesday stated that the Angami Public Organization will remain the custodian of the Naga Club building until an honorable closure of the dispute over the Naga Club building. The organization stated it was looking forward to what it called a harmonious resolution that preserves the historical significance of the Naga Club building. It said to foster a shared sense of heritage and identify across the Naga homeland. Interestingly, the NSF stated in the press release that the government of Nagaland had issued eviction orders 3 times. Recently too, the organization said it had received a letter dated December 9th from the Angami Public Organization and the Kohima Village Council that the NSF office in the Naga Club building in Kohima should be vacated on or before December 31st, 2023. In this regard, the NSF stated that from December 20th, the NSF will be upsizing its office to the Naga Solidarity Park in Kohima until a suitable arrangement is arrived at. And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbilltv. Goodbye.